Hello, my taste studioologists. It's me, Taylor, and in today's video, I wanted to go over a book that I recently read that really helped me put things into perspective in life, I guess, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So the book is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, but I wanted to kind of go over the main points in the book just because they were so helpful for me, and I hope that they help you guys. So basically, it just talks about different laws of the universe, I guess you could call them, that exist and that you can use to your advantage. So let's get into it. And of course, you guys, I did make a PowerPoint. So the first law is the law of pure potentiality, which means in our essential state, we are pure consciousness. This is the state of infinite creativity, possibility, and pure joy. This is our essential nature as humans. So basically how I interpreted this was, aside from, everything that's going on, whether you like have anxiety or like stress or whatever is going on in our lives, in our essential state, it's kind of like nature. Like how we work is how nature works. Like flowers don't stress out about blooming in the spring. They just bloom when it's their time. Nothing in nature is like freaking out about the future or the past or anything. Like everything in nature is just living in the moment. And once you discover this in your life, once you see that we are all pure potentiality, this is when you can really like unlock everything that you've ever wanted and kind of manifest your like dreams or like what you were put on earth to do. A lot of us are constantly living in fear. It's weird, I just listened to a podcast about this last night from Paulina, but she was saying like we are always living in fear. Like if you don't get good grades, you won't go to college. If you don't go to college, you won't have a job. If you don't have a job, you won't have money. If you don't have money, you won't have a house. And a lot of people aren't living in their true states. So the law of pure potentiality says like to release the fear, release like doubt, anxiety, stress, and in your essential state, you are going to be like happy and manifesting what you want in life. They also include in the book 3 steps on how to implement this into your life, which I find super, super helpful. So how to put this law into action. Number 1, take time each day for silence to just be. So meditation. Number 2, take time each day to sit in nature, appreciate its beauty, and realize the magic in its every cell. And number 3 is practice non-judgment. So what that means is don't judge situations as good or bad. When something happens to you, the situation is always neutral until you put a label on it as good or bad. Like, do you ever have something that happens to you and you're like, oh my God, like this sucks, like this, I can't believe this happened, this is awful. And then like later in the day, you're like, damn, like thank God that happened, or else this wouldn't have happened, because everything is working out for your highest good. So practicing non-judgment is definitely something that I think we all can work on. The next law, law number 2, is the law of giving. And this states that we must give what we seek in order to keep abundance circulating. So I feel like a lot of times when we are chasing success or chasing our goals, or someone maybe is like, oh my God, I love your shirt, where's it from? And you're like, well, I don't want her to get the same shirt as me because like I want to be the cute one that has this cute shirt. And you're like, oh, I don't know where I got it from. I've never done that before, but I know that people do that. And that's the thing that this law is saying to not do. If you're giving help to people, you're giving knowledge to people, you're going to receive that right back into your life. This is probably one of my favorite laws for these 3 tips on how to implement it into your life. So the first one is bring people gifts wherever you go. It could be as simple as a compliment or a prayer. I love this, and I have actually been doing this before I even read this book. Like if I see like maybe if someone like lets me in on the freeway or something, I'll be like, oh my God, like thank you so much, like have an amazing, like I hope that that person has an amazing day. So that's something I've already implemented, but I really, really love that, and it's so simple to do that for people, and it will keep the abundance circulating back into your life. Number 2 is be open to receiving gifts from others. So I know a lot of people have issues like taking compliments and stuff, but we need to receive gifts in order to give gifts. Number 3 is keep abundance circulating. So again, just keeping that cycle going. The 3rd law of success is the law of karma, or cause and effect. This states to choose actions that bring happiness and success to you and others. So watching your actions and making sure that they're not only bringing you happiness, they're not selfish actions, but they're bringing everyone happiness and that they're not affecting anyone negatively. So the 3 steps that you can do to put this into action is 1, witness the choices you make in each moment to bring them to conscious awareness. Most of what we do is unconscious, like our habits, like our bad habits are unconscious, like grabbing your phone in the morning or like running late to work. You're not making a conscious decision at that time. You're literally just falling back into like a bad habit or a bad routine. So bringing your decisions to conscious awareness and thinking before you do something, how is this affecting me? How is this affecting others? Can really help you make the right decisions. Number two, when you make a choice, make sure it is one that brings fulfillment and happiness to you and others affected by it. So kind of basically the same thing. Once you bring it to conscious awareness, you need to make the decision that brings happiness and fulfillment in the most abundant way to you and others. Number three is asking your heart for guidance. So sometimes your intuition, you don't know, is this my intuition? Is this anxiety? And it takes practice. It takes time to get your intuition to a place where you can really trust it. So that's what number three is saying. Just learning to trust your intuition and kind of figuring out when your intuition is telling you something because it's telling you something or when it's telling you it out of anxiety or out of fear. Law number four is the law of least effort, and it states that nature functions with ease and takes the path of least resistance. The grass grows, the sun shines, and just like that, we easily manifest our desires. It is in our nature. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, like things just do what they're meant to do, and so are we as people on this earth. We have something that we are meant to do, and we naturally want to do that, but these obstacles come in the way. Getting stuck in this routine of like, well, this is how everyone else did it, so you have to do it this way too. It kind of puts some roadblocks in there, but we need to learn to untrain ourselves to think that way. The three ways that you can implement this into your life. Number one is accept the present moment as it is exactly as it should be. So whatever's happening to you right now is what is supposed to be happening to you. It is in perfect timing. We're always functioning in the divine timing of the universe. Even if something seems like it's bad, it is always, always, always for your highest self and for your highest good. Number two is take responsibility for your situation. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Blaming others and blaming your situation is never going to get you anywhere. Take responsibility for it. Realize that every problem is an opportunity for you to get better. Number three is realize you do not need to defend your point of view. I think this is so important. Sometimes people just will never understand your point of view. There comes a time where you just have to just let it go. That's the law of least effort. Law number five is the law of intention and desire. And this states that when you introduce your intentions in a meditative state, you ignite the process of their fulfillment. I love this one. Basically, this has to do with meditation. In your meditative state, your brain is like a calm pond. There's nothing going on in the pond. It's not like a river, it's not the ocean, it's still. So when you throw a tiny pebble, say this tiny pebble is like your intention or like your goal, like I want to buy a house, and you throw that pebble into the pond, it creates ripples in the pond, right, for a long time, and you're like, wow, it keeps rippling out. It creates a lot of movement in there. But when you have a chaos, cluttered mind, thoughts, anxiety, fear, whatever, say that's like the ocean, right? It's just crashing, waves every which way, it's going crazy, right? And you could throw the biggest rock you could find. Here's my big rock, right? And it's like, I want to buy a house in the next year. You throw it into the ocean or like your mind. You can't even tell you threw something in it, because the ocean is already going like this, and then when you throw a rock in, it just keeps going like this. So when you introduce those intentions or like your goals or your manifestations into a clean, clear state of mind, you're making more of an impact that allows your manifestations to grow even quicker. So I love that one. I feel like that's really helpful. So let's go into how we can put it into action. Have a list of desires that you look at each day and night. This is something I have been trying to practice a lot more. I have a list of all my life goals on my Notion, and I do try to look at it every single day just to remind me, like, I want to do this in life. Like, this is what I can do today to get me to that point. Number two is release this list of desires and surrender to the universe's plan. So you can have all of these desires and these things that you want, but at the end of the day, know that the plan that the universe has for you is so much stronger, more fulfilling, more than you could ever imagine. So always know that even if some things, your goals or whatever doesn't work out for you, the path that you are on is going to lead you somewhere so much further than you could even imagine. And this has definitely presented itself in my life so many times. Just when I think that I want something and then I think something is bad and like I'm like, oh my God, this is so discouraging, whatever. And then something happens and I'm like, damn, like if this never happened to me, I would have never gotten this amazing opportunity. And number three is to to practice present moment awareness of your actions, which kind of goes back to the law earlier. Just being in that conscious state of mind and not falling into those bad habits and being conscious of what you're actually doing and how it's affecting you and others. Law number 6 is the law of detachment, which states, do not force anything. Step into the unknown with trust in the universe that it will orchestrate something beyond your wildest dreams. This is kind of what I just said, actually, when I was going on my tangent about the other one. This is more about don't be afraid of the unknown. So a lot of people need to plan, oh, I want to graduate college at 22. I want to get married. I want to get engaged at 24. I want to get married at 25. I want to have my first kid at 27. I want to stop having kids at 31. So many people do that. I've never done that. That's never like appealed to me. Even in high school, I was like, whatever happens, happens. But I know a lot of people strictly like plan their lives out like this. Doing that, it leaves no room for the magic in life. When you surrender to the unknown and you're like, hello universe, whatever you do for me today, like, let's do it. You know, I'm ready for it. That allows magic to happen and miracles to manifest. 3 ways to put this law into action. 1, allow things around you to be as they are. Do not force solutions to problems, which is basically what I just said. Number 2 is know that uncertainty is an essential part of your experience. Like I said, uncertainty leaves the door open for miracles to happen and for the unexpected to happen. Everyone loves like an unexpected, like good day, you know, and that's what that leaves the door open for. Number 3, remain open to an infinity of choices. So don't, basically, like I said, don't narrow yourself down to this certain life path, because you're most likely going to go in a bunch of different directions and spiral around and go back up and down until you get to your goal. And the last law of success is the law of dharma, or your purpose in life. And this states, everyone has a purpose in life. When you combine this purpose with helping others, you experience unlimited wealth and abundance. So how to put this law into action is 1, nurture the goddess within your soul that animates my mind and body. So anything that you're passionate about, I'm sure you've heard this quote before, anything you're passionate about was meant for you. You're not passionate about things for no reason. Even if they're like weird things that you're passionate about, whatever you're passionate about, do it, and do it with no fear, no guilt, nothing, no judgment. Just do whatever you want, because that is what is going to lead you to your dharma or your purpose in life. Number 2 is have a list of your unique talents and things that you love to do. I also have a list of this in my Notion. I have a list of things that just like bring me joy inside, and do those things. Make time to do those things that make you happy and that spark that fire in you. And the last thing, ask yourself daily, how can I help? Giving, that law of giving again, give and receive help, so to keep the wealth and abundance circulating in your life. So those are the 7 spiritual laws of success. I hope that this video was impactful to you guys. This book definitely impacted me a lot. I've read it like twice now. I'm gonna continue to read it throughout my life, I'm sure. If you guys want to buy it, I encourage you to buy it. Obviously, this says a lot more than what I said in my PowerPoint, so I definitely encourage you all to read it if you found this video helpful. Let me know your biggest takeaways in the comments. I would love to hear. Let me know how you guys like this video, or let me know any other books if you guys have read them that are similar to this book. I would love to read them. Make sure you subscribe and like this video for more content like this. And if you're into like astrology or spirituality or anything like that, I have more videos on my channel like that. And I also post on my Instagram a lot about spirituality and astrology, like on the new moon, full moon, stuff like that. So follow me there if you'd like. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.